Yes, good morning everyone. Welcome to Eklavya online classes. In last class we read our half portion of chapter A Tiger in the House, and now today we read half portion, remaining portion, and we do question answers and word meaning also. Chapter name is what? A Tiger in a House. Clear? So today we discuss its part 2. Okay? So open your book, page number 28. Okay, everyone open your book, page number 28. Now up to quite first paragraph we completed. Next is we start from he licked grandfather's hands and only sprang. He licked grandfather's hands and only sprang away when a leopard in the next cage snarled at him. He licked grandfather's hand. Licked means chatna. Okay. So write down hard words also, remaining hard words. Continuity. Okay. So what is licked? It means you all know that chatna. So he licked grandfather's hand and only sprang away when a leopard in the next cage snarled at him. Grandfather should means to make somebody go away. The leopard away means bhagana. And the tiger returned to lick his hands. The tiger again licked his hand. But every now and then the leopard would rush at the bars and the tiger would slink back to his corner. जैसे leopard आता वैसे tiger जाके और corner में बैठ जाता. Okay. A number of people had gathered to watch the reunion. Now number of people were gathered there to see their reunion when a keeper pushed his way through the crowd and asked grandfather what he was doing. I am talking to Timothy, said grandfather. Weren't you here when I gave him to the zoo 6 months ago? Okay. I haven't been here very long, said the surprised keeper. Please continue your conversation, but I have never been able to touch him myself. He is always very bad tempered. मैं इसको खुद को टच नहीं करने दूंगा because he is always very bad tempered. Why don't you put him somewhere else? इसको आप और कहीं क्यों नहीं छोड़ कर आते? Suggested grandfather. That leopard keeps frightening him. I will go and see the superintendent about it. Grandfather went in search of the superintendent. Now grandfather go and search for the superintendent of the zoo, but found that he had gone home early. वो घर जल्दी जा चुका था. And so after wandering about the zoo for a little while, he returned to Timothy's cage. Now again he returned to Timothy's cage, and to say goodbye, it was beginning to get dark. Means शाम होने वाली थी. Okay. Now he had been stroking and slapping Timothy for about 5 minutes. That means stroking and slapping Timothy for about 5 minutes. When he found another keeper observing him with some alarm, grandfather recognized him as the keeper who had been there when Timothy had first come to the zoo. You remember me, said grandfather. Now grandfather said to the zookeeper that you remembered me. Said grandfather, now why don't you transfer Timothy to another cage? आप Timothy का transfer किसी और cage में क्यों नहीं कर देते? Away from this stupid leopard. Leopard से थोड़ा दूर कर दें. क्यों? Because they both not live together. Okay? वो दोनों एक साथ नहीं रह सकते because they both were fighting, and reunion means all were gathered and see them. Okay? So transfer Timothy to the another cage. But sir, stammered the keeper, it is not your tiger. Now, keeper said that sir, it is not your tiger. I know, said grandfather testily. Grandfather said testily in an irritating way. Okay, grandfather testily realized he is no longer mine. ये मेरा नहीं रहेगा ज़्यादा दिन तक. बट यू माइट एट लीस्ट टेक अ सजेशन और टू फॉर मी. बट आप मेरा सजेशन तो ले सकते हैं. आई रिमेंबर योर टाइगर वेरी वेल, सेड द कीपर. नाउ कीपर सेड मैं आपके टाइगर को अच्छे से जानता हूँ. ही डाइड 2 months अगो. वो तो 2 महीने पहले ही मर चुका. नाउ डाइड एक्सक्लेम्ड ग्रैंडफादर. मीन्स शॉक गए, वो शॉक्ड रह गए. व्हाट? डाइड? यस सर, ऑफ निमोनिया, निमोनिया से वो उसकी डेथ हो गई। दिस टाइगर वॉज ट्रैप्ड इन द हील्स ओनली लास्ट मंथ, ये तो हील्स से लाया गया है लास्ट मंथ, एंड ही इज वेरी डेंजरस, और ये बहुत डेंजरस है। ग्रैंडफादर कुड थिंक ऑफ नथिंग टू से, ग्रैंडफादर कुछ भी कहने की स्थिति में नहीं थे। द टाइगर वॉज स्टिल लिकिंग हिज आर्म, टाइगर फिर से उसकी जो आर्म है उनको चाट रहा था। विद इंक्रीजिंग relish, grandfather took what seemed to him an age to withdraw his hand from the cage. With his face near the tiger, he mumbled, "Good night, Timothy." Now he said, "Good night, Timothy," and giving the keeper a scornful look, expressing contempt, look, walked briskly out of the zoo. और zoo से energetically means बहुत तेज वो वहाँ से भाग गए। Clear? So this is the story of tiger in the house. This is the story of Timothy. Clear? Another hard words write down. Now next write down tempered, tempered, tempered after conversation, conversation, superintendent, superintendent, next is frightening, frightening, next is recognized, up to here. Clear? So these are the hard words and our chapter is completed. Now next is word meaning. Next start word meaning of this chapter. Everyone open notebook and write down word meanings. Word meaning. So many word meanings are there. Okay. So write down fast. Expedition. Expedition is what? A journey undertaken. A journey undertaken by a group of people. A journey undertaken by a group of people with a particular purpose. With a particular purpose. Second is persuaded, urged to do something, urged to do something by advising or by means of reasoning, very important. Next is very important, it's VIPs. Very important person is VIPs. Fourth is what? Fourth is terrain, its territory. Terrain is its territory. Next is beaters. Beaters, persons employed to drive birds and animals out of bushes into the open, so they can be So they can be short for sport. So they can be short for sport. Next, sixth, sumptuous. Sumptuous means splendid. Sumptuous means splendid. Next is courses. It means parts of a meal. Parts of a meal. Next is viceroy. Someone who represents a king or queen. Someone who represents a king or queen and rules for him or her in another country Next is ninth is what? Havda. A seat for riding. A seat for riding on the back of an elephant. Back of an elephant. Sumptuous, courses, viceroy, havda. 10th is intricate. 10th is what? Intricate. This word intricate is entangled and naughty. Next is game. Wild animals and birds that are hunted for food or sport. Next is tempting. Next is what? Tempting. Tempting is appealing. Tempting is what? Appealing. Tempting is appealing. Next, 13 is lost temper. Lost temper means got angry. Next is mongrel. A dog of mixed breed. 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 Next is darted. Darted is moved or ran somewhere quickly. Moved or ran somewhere quickly. Next is spring. Spring is to jump backwards or forwards suddenly. To jump backward or forward suddenly. Next is absurd, wildly inappropriate, wildly inappropriate, wildly inappropriate. Next is retreat, to move back. Retreat is what? To move back. Next is stalk. Stalk is what? To pursue or approach stealthily. Approach stealthily. Next is crafty. Crafty is clever. Next is crafty. Crafty is what? Clever. Next is crouching. Next is what? Crouching. Crouching is putting your body close to the ground. Putting your body close to the ground by bending your legs under you. Next is retriever. Next is retriever. A large dog used in hunting. A large dog used in hunting to bring back birds that have been shot. 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 Birth, space. Next is reclining. Leaning or laying back. Leaning or laying back in a relaxed position. In a relaxed position with the back supported. With the back supported. With the back supported. Snarling. Growling with bare teeth. Growling with bare teeth. Next, scrub, to clean the face by rubbing hard. The face, to clean the face by rubbing hard. To clean the face by rubbing hard. Clear? Next is quarters. Place of residence. A place of residence. Quarter is a place of residence. Next is steadily, gradually. Steadily is what? Gradually. Steal away, still away, to leave, secretively, stalk, to pursue or approach, someone, without being seen, Clear? Now, these are the 30 word meanings. Rest of the we do in another class. Okay? So, for today, up to here. Thank you. Now, next. Yes, sir.